All right, today we're taking to the skies for a fresh look at one of Hinduism's most sacred pilgrimages. We're going to break down the Char Dham Yatra for 2025, but specifically for anyone looking to take on this ancient journey with a very modern twist. Let's get right into it. Think about this for a second. There's a spiritual quest that, for centuries, has meant weeks of tough travel through the Himalayas. Now, what if you could experience that very same incredibly profound journey, visiting all 4 sacred sites in less than a week? That's exactly the promise we're exploring today, how deep-rooted faith is meeting modern-day flight.
So what is the Char Dham Yatra really? Well, at its heart, it's a pilgrimage to 4 holy shrines nestled way up in the mountains. For millions of people, this is so much more than a trip. It's a huge spiritual undertaking. The belief is that by completing this journey, you can cleanse a lifetime of sins and achieve what's known as moksha, liberation from the cycle of rebirth.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll dive into the ancient call of the yatra, the why. Then we'll visit the 4 sacred shrines. After that, we'll look at the modern pilgrim's path, lay out a super essential travel plan, and finally, wrap up by talking about the journey of transformation itself.
First up, let's really get into the deep motivation behind this whole pilgrimage. I mean, why have people been making this incredibly challenging journey for centuries? Turns out, it's about a whole lot more than just reaching a place on a map.
The draw is just timeless. It's this incredible chance to completely disconnect from the noise and the chaos of our daily lives and actually connect with your inner self. It's an opportunity to experience ancient rituals and traditions firsthand, becoming a real living part of this amazing cultural heritage. It's a retreat, a chance for some serious spiritual rejuvenation.
Okay, so with that spiritual purpose in mind, let's actually go visit these 4 pillars of the pilgrimage. Each shrine has its own unique story, its own deity, and its own special spiritual meaning. As you can see, each of the 4 dhams has a very distinct spiritual goal. You've got purification at Yamunotri and Gangotri, liberation from karma at Kedarnath, and removing obstacles on your spiritual path at Badrinath. Altogether, they form this complete spiritual circuit. Each stop is a vital step on the path to that inner transformation we were talking about. So, we've covered the profound why. Now let's get to the truly revolutionary how. How is this ancient, super remote pilgrimage becoming more accessible than it has ever been before? Well, the answer is in the sky. And this is exactly how modern travel just totally transforms the experience. A journey that used to take weeks is now packed into this powerful 5-day trip. You're flying between these sacred sites, from Yamunotri to Badrinath, and you even get to visit Mana village. All of this without losing the spiritual heart of the journey. It's pretty incredible. Okay, so let's say you're inspired. You're thinking, 2025 could be my year. So, what do you actually need to know? Let's get into the practical stuff, the essential steps for planning this out. First things first, this is the date to circle on your calendar in big red ink. Registration is mandatory, for every single pilgrim. And it kicks off on April 15th, 2025. You literally cannot do the yatra without it, so this is your absolute first step. Now you've got 2 ways to register. The easiest is probably online, through the official tourism portal. You can just upload your ID right from home. But if you'd rather do it in person, there are offline counters set up along the yatra route where you can just show up with your ID. So the choice is totally yours.
Packing smart is absolutely key for a good trip. The weather in the Himalayas, let's just say it's unpredictable. Layered clothing is a must. So are good, sturdy shoes for the uneven ground. Oh, and don't forget rain gear, any personal meds you need, and definitely protection from that high-altitude sun. Trust me, being prepared makes all the difference.
And here are a few final but really crucial tips. The best window to go is between May and October. And this is so important. Give your body time to acclimatize to the high altitude. You don't want to get sick. Drink tons of water. And of course, always be respectful of local customs. That means dressing modestly and following the rules at these very sacred places. So we've gone through all the logistics. But let's circle back to what this is really all about. This pilgrimage is, and it always has been, a journey of profound personal transformation. When you boil it all down, what you're seeing is this really remarkable intersection. The 2025 Yatra, especially when you do it by helicopter, is where that deep spiritual fulfillment meets modern-day convenience. And that's opening up the sacred path to more people than ever before, without watering down its power one bit. So in the end, it doesn't really matter if you travel for weeks on foot or for 5 days through the air. That external journey, that's just the catalyst. The real pilgrimage is the one that happens inside.
because this journey isn't just to the mountains, it's a journey to the self.